Hi there, Pisces. Healing Grasshopper here to do your bonus reading for August. We're using the After Tarot today, which is a very interesting deck. Um, they use the same artwork as the Rider-Waite-Smith deck, and they take it frame forward, right? So each card in the tarot is a snapshot, but this is like what happens in the next frame after the snapshot, hence after tarot. So let's see what we got here. The Eight of Cups. That's interesting. So, by the way, After Tarot I've owned for a very long time. I think I only picked up this deck like twice in my life. It's just been sitting on the shelf, and Spirit brought my attention to it in a reading this month. Um, so here I am. So, but I'm kind of rediscovering these cards along with you. So this is interesting. So in the Eight of Cups, it's my favorite card in the deck. It's the Be Your Own Hero card, where the guy is walking away from eight cups to find something better for himself. And I love the way he's continuing to follow the moon because in the initial card, he's over here and the moon's over here in this corner, and they're kind of looking at each other. And the moon is now on this side because he's moved farther away. It's like the moon is following him. And the moon represents his intuition. But now we've got a woman assessing the cups that he just left. So to me, this talks about what you left behind is behind you. It's none of your business. It leaves other people to that you were in that situation with to assess those same cups and what those cups meant to them, kind of thing. Um, but that has nothing to do with you, right? So what that means to you is continuing to move forward and not looking back. See what else we got. The Chariot. This chariot is very much like the original chariot, only that it is now in motion. Right. This complements the first card where you are not looking back. You are moving forward into the future. And I like to see that, Pisces, because Pisceans, you guys feel things deeply, and it's hard to walk away from the past sometimes, but not this time, Pisces. You guys are like, I'm done. I'm looking forward to what the universe is planning for me next, which is where you should be. What else we got, Spirit? What's after the Chariot for Pisces? Hmm. The Five of Cups. Love it. The Five of Cups is the crying over spilt milk card, right? Where in the original card, he's looking down at these three cups that are spilled. But in this frame, he's kind of stopped crying and he's like, oh, what? And he's starting to look around and he's about to discover the two cups, upright cups behind him, which is good. This is progress. Yeah, you've got some spilled cups. That's all right. The universe will always be handing you new cups. The spilled cups are what don't serve you, what's, wasn't for you in the first place. So no use in being upset about it. The ones under it. Okay. This is ours. Wheel of Fortune 2. Wow. Death card. Cards under it. Stops with the death card. Okay. So we won't even look at those cards. We've got the death card here. Very good. Reversed. So Four of Wands, right? The original card, the couple is, holding up the bouquets and celebrating. It looks like a wedding type thing. Now they're getting into a carriage here and presumably getting on with their lives, going to their honeymoon, perhaps. Um, but this is after the celebration, settling into the happy times. And they lived happily ever after type feeling. Right? This is what you're moving towards. And in the center, you have the Wheel of Fortune, good fortune. The only thing that's different about this Wheel of Fortune is this monkey here climbing the side of the wheel. He's not there in the original Wheel of Fortune. Um, I'm not sure what that's supposed to depict. All I'm really getting is good karma. Let's see what the book has to tell us about this Wheel of Fortune. Okay, so this pretty much carries on the same idea of the Wheel of Fortune. It says the baboon on the left is the sacred scribe that belonged to Thoth, the Egyptian god of writing. So this is about recording things, and I always mention well, often mention with Wheel of Fortune because it represents karma. God sees everything. Um, and you also have Anubis here that's is the god of the afterlife and there to assess your life when you die, right? It's all about karma and the choices that you make in your life and the effects afterward of the choices that you make. The death card we should not be surprised to see here, right? Because we are moving forward from things that we are walking away. We have created uh, this death to some degree. Some of it was also caused by spirit, right? We've all had some terror moments in the recent past, in the past few months and years, with Pluto and Capricorn just coming in and knocking things down, right? So there have been endings in our lives that bring us to hop on our chariot and move into the future. What else we got, Spirit? We're looking for four more at least, for Pisces. That's interesting. The Seven of Swords. So this is very much the same as the original one. He's stolen these swords from this encampment, and he's looking back with satisfaction um, from what he did, right? But he's about to walk straight into a snare, a trap here. Um, so I always call this an outsmarting your opponent card, but this is never underestimate your opponent card now. It's turned into, right? Because his opponent has put out a trap for him. So this is be careful in how you celebrate and celebrating for too long, right? Because look at the cards above it. We have the celebration card here, the marriage card, Four of Wands, but above it we have Seven of Cups. That talks about you being your own hero, walking away, but then we have a second person here, which to me represents whoever he was engaged with in the past that he was walking away from, right? There is the opponents, so to speak, right? But over here, it's like, do what you have to do, but don't gloat, right? Because gloating is never good. And that also, depending on how far you immerse yourself in, how deeply you immerse yourself in the gloating, can kind of turn toxic and into bad karma, you know? So you need to be careful with that. Gloating's not good. Just walk away and move into your future and leave the past behind you, not reversed. We've got the Five of Wands. Again, which fits in with the non gloating. This is the conflict card, right? And here everyone is after the sparring, they're resting, but you are still standing like who's next? You know? Um so and next to this card, it's like, yes, you've won, but don't take the celebration too far. It's just the same thing. Let's be a good winner and win with grace instead of toxicity. Two more, please, for Pisces. Okay, Pisces, so how does that apply to your life? You know, if you've walked out of relationships, platonic or romantic, refrain from the I told you so's or, haha, look at me now type thing. You know, be sure to treat them with forgiveness and grace. Even though you were right, you're not going to throw it in their faces. If this is walking away from your job, try not to talk about your old boss badly. Yeah, they were a terrible boss, but eh, don't stoop to that level. Just keep it pushing, you know, and move into your new life without trashing your old job, that kind of thing. Because you never know. Those things could get back to your old job. You don't want to burn bridges in that way. I need two more cards, please. It's one. Mm-hmm. Ten of Wands. Pisces. You've been through a lot and you're still going through a lot. Trying to make something out of your life and trying to get something meaningful and fulfilling out of your life. And that can be tiring, but you're almost there. Look at him. The original card is him holding the whole bunch of wands, but like it's obstructing his view that he doesn't really see that he's almost at the castle here. And here he is, he's dropped all of these wands. He's like, oh, I'm tired already. And he is still, look at where his face is and where the wand is. It's like he's obscured his view of the castle, like he's almost there. Um, so this is a strong message, Pisces, that you should not give up. You are getting somewhere. It may not feel like you are, but you are. Mm, yeah. See, you are getting somewhere. This is exactly what I just said. The Seven of Pentacles, I'm sure you recognize this card. He is normally resting on this hoe here that he's carrying. It's upright and he's resting on it and looking at the work that he's done, like, is it worth it to continue? But here he is, he's harvested one of the pentacles that he's been growing with satisfaction. He's like, yeah, I did that. I'm getting somewhere. Um, so this is the answer. The outcome position here is the answer to the question, or corroborates what I just said about don't give up. Or to the question of this card, like, oh, this is tiring. Should I continue? Yes, because you are indeed producing a result, Pisces, whether you can see it or not. The Hanged Man should come out next. I'm sure there's the Fool. We'll see if that's reversed in a moment. What else we got? What do we got for clarity for Pisces? The Tower, sure. The Fool after the Tower, not reversed. The Fool moving on and taking the leap away from the Tower. This is like the tower is falling and the fool is jumping right off, like, yeah, I'm done with this tower. There's something better for me off in the distance. Eight of Cups. And all the Tower is the changes that the universe is making for you to clear clear the grounds for you to build something new. I need three more, please, for Pisces. What else do you want to tell Pisces? Ace of Swords reversed? No. Ace of Swords is about clarity. Clarity that you derive from spirit. And it is, it's surrounded by four cards, yes, but obviously my eyes are going straight to the Seven of Swords here, where he definitely needs clarity. Like his mind is not in the right place. He's still over there like holding these swords like ha 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 ha. But he's not watching where he's walking. Ace of Swords is like, hey, look out, you know, pay attention. And how do we do all that? By staying present. Aquarius got this card too, and I'm pretty sure Capricorn got it as well. Um, this is a very important card for a Swords in this atmosphere, right? Because we're in a transitional atmosphere. We've, we've gone through deaths and towers um, that have been jarring, upsetting, traumatic, painful, surprising, all those things, right? Disruption in our lives. And we are forced to move forward to build something new, right? But we're in that in between phase of what's happened in the future, the Tower, and what's going on in the future, Wheel of Fortune. Um, and there can easily be a focus on where you've been and where you're going to. And one can forget the present, right? We should not have, the past is no longer here and the future doesn't exist yet, right? So it's important for us to be present in the present. There's nothing wrong with reflection and there's nothing wrong with planning for the future, but there's got to be a balance. And we should be enjoying and, engaging with our present at every moment. And if this guy was focused on the present, he wouldn't be walking into the snare. Okay, there are our last two cards. Yeah, not reversed. Seven of Cups again. Yes. So the Seven of Cups double down here is talking about keep going. You've made the right choice. You were right to take the leap. you've made the right choice. You're moving in the right direction. But don't forget to enjoy the journey. Seven of Wands reversed? No. Okay. I love this. Seven of Wands and the Eight of Wands and the Seven of Pentacles. The Seven of Pentacles is about dissatisfaction with the pace of things. You know, this guy is usually standing here resting on his hoe, like, is this worth my effort here? Is this gonna work? And there are pentacles growing here, but they're growing, right? You can't watch this is like a watch pot never boils, right? You can't stand there and watch things grow. You're never going to see anything, you know? It's like the time lapse photos of the things growing. You can see it and fast forward, but you never see it while you're sitting there watching. Um, that kind of thing. Like, don't watch the pot. Things are moving fast enough, and you will see things moving. Just try not to be, lifting the pot all the time. Um, Pisces. And by the way, you guys aren't the only one with this message. Everyone's kind of lifting the pot. And even more than you, Pisces, the earth signs, the poor earth signs. It's driving us all up the wall. Everything happens slowly for the earth signs. You know, we're working our butts off. And the reason why I'm saying we is because I'm an earth sign. I'm a Capricorn sun. And it drives me absolutely batty when I'm trying, especially like my YouTube channel, right? I'm trying my best to grow my channel, but at a snail's pace, it's moving. And I become impatient. And when I do readings for myself, it's filled with, these kind of cards. Like, have patience, relax. It's gonna happen, like you can't rush any of this. Everything happens in its own time. Um, so we've just got to remind ourselves of that. Things will happen soon enough. Okay, Pisces? We don't have advice cards. Um, maybe at some point I'll do, if you guys are missing advice cards, a bonus with advice cards, starting with advice cards. I actually meant to do it for this, but I don't know, for whatever reason I forgot. Probably because Spirit still doesn't want to use advice cards right now. Right. And Spirit is saying yes. Um, it's because of the energy right now. Spirit is choosing not to put out advice cards. Okay? So tell me what's on your mind, Pisces. I love getting comments, and not just because it helps me in the algorithm. I like it because it keeps me going, it inspires me, it helps me with morale. Um, so I'm always very excited to get uh, comments. So if there's something on your mind, don't hold back. I'll be there to answer every single one. Don't forget to like and subscribe, please. I'm trying my best to grow my channel and get past 1,000 subscribers. It's a very quick gesture, costs you nothing, but means the world to me and helps the channel. So I thank you in advance. Don't forget to hit the notification bell so that you don't miss the upcoming videos. If you're really inclined to helping this channel, what would really help as well is um, opening up the playlist and listening to the playlist, like the Pisces playlist, and putting it on autoplay and putting it on like as backgrounds uh, noise while you're working or doing the dishes or whatever. Also, while you're sleeping would be great too, because watch hours do everything to grow the channel. Okay, so I thank you in advance. Also, I'm assuming this is your sun sign that you're watching. What some of you may not realize is that you can get an even clearer picture by watching your other signs, your moon sign, your north node, your rising signs. If you don't know what those are, you can easily calculate them for free online. Just Google calculate my blank sign, and you'll find plenty of sites that'll do it for you for free. Find out what those signs are, come back to the Healing Grasshopper channel and listen to the corresponding videos and get a clear picture on your path ahead. Um, Shout out to all my viewers. I'm starting to do this because I am really paying attention to my analytics and my American viewers. Thank you for supporting me. You guys are my biggest supporters, and I love and appreciate you all. But then there are my UK, Canada, and Australia viewers. I also see you and I appreciate you. Kisses out to all of you. Then there are my non English speakers, which blow me away. My subtitle watchers, my Filipinos, my Spanish speakers, Portuguese, and Hindi speakers. Bear with the channel, please. And I hope that you can put up with the subtitles a while longer until the channel grows and I can afford to dub my videos in your language. But until then, please bear with the subtitles. I thank you for your support. Okay? I think that's everything. I will speak to you soon, Pisces. Be patient. Things are developing for you. The universe is on your side. I will speak to you soon. Love, light, and many blessings.